Good morning, everybody. Welcome back for installment of Scott Selections here for Friday, August 12th. Before we get into today's play of the day, quick recap of what happened yesterday. We had a loss in baseball with the Diamondbacks first five, minus half a run at minus 120 on BetMGM. Kelly was amazing for the last couple of months, not so much yesterday. Gave up 3 runs in the first five, and you're looking at Brubaker, who was awful his last couple of performances, and he was randomly really good. Arizona only scored two, so they trailed after five, and we picked up a loss, be it a huge line move, and it did not matter. And to make matters worse, Arizona won the full game handily as they killed Pittsburgh's bullpen. So they covered the full game run line, but not the first 5 run line, and we picked up a loss. So look for a winner here on Friday. But we're going to pivot and talk about some tennis as there was a matchup in Montreal, the late night matchup taking place roughly at 7:50 p.m. Eastern Time between Carreño Busta and Jack Draper. And for this matchup, we like Carreño Busta minus 2.5 games at minus 125 on Bet Online. Time recording of 3:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Couple reasons why I like Carreño Busta to win this match by a decent margin. First reason, looking at the opponents up to this point, Carreño Busta has looked like arguably the best player in this tournament. You can argue Kyrgios, but the point is Carreño Busta has looked elite, and I do think he should take care of a tournament qualifier here in the quarterfinals. But Busta, so far in this tournament, has beaten Berrettini, who is currently the number 14 player in the world. He beat Rune, who's currently the number 26 player in the world, and beat up-and-comer and future superstar Jannik Sinner yesterday very handily as he ended up winning that match 6-2, 6-4. So 3 separate players in the top 26, 2 in the top 14, and Carreño Busta not only won in straight sets each time, but he has not faced a single break point on his serve in those 6 sets, which is just insane to me because Carreño Busta has never really been known for being a great server. He was always okay, but the fact that he might have actually improved his serve is really just another weapon that he has at his disposal now. We know that his movement's very good. We know that he is an underratedly powerful player with the ground strokes, and he's also very comfortable on the hard court. He's made the semifinals of the U.S. Open before. But the point is, with the serve being as good as it has been, I do think he might be a little bit too much for Draper to handle into this matchup. Now, to go through Draper, I'll give him to go through his performances so far. I'll give him props. He has also not dropped the set up to this point. However, the level of competition has been a lot worse than Carreño Busta up to this point. He beat Monfils yesterday, 6-2, 0-2. He was actually down a break in the second set before Monfils got injured. So he got a little bit lucky there because they might have been heading to 3 sets. Then he ended up beating Tsitsipas the day before. That's a very good win. Tsitsipas had not played since Wimbledon, so rust might have been a factor, but not going to make many excuses there. He beat Tsitsipas, good win. Match before that, beat Gaston. Gaston's mostly a clay court player, only 5'8", not exactly a good server by any means. Match before that, beat Hallis in 4 games, was up 3-1, and Hallis retired. And in the first qualifying match, ended up facing off against Marcora and won 6-3, 6-0. Marcora, a bit of an unknown. But the point is, you're looking at the matches, and I said that Busta beat 2 separate top 14 players and a top 26 player, and Draper beat Tsitsipas, very good win, top 10 win there, and beat Monfils, who had only been playing his 3rd match in about 3 months, and he got injured. So those are the 2 big wins for Draper. I think Carreño Busta is in much better form. He's looked like really just the best I've seen him in terms of versions, and I do think that Busta's looked like just a much better player from what I've seen watching both of these guys play. And if you want to look at some potential fatigue angles, this will be Draper's 6th match in 7 days. Now, I mentioned before 2 of those matches ended early because of retirements, but the problem with being a qualifier, towards the later rounds, you might start to run out of gas, and I do think Busta, with his ability to dominate points from the baseline, might wear Draper out over these 3 sets. And if you want to look at Draper's service performances so far in this tournament, I mentioned how Carreño Busta has not faced a break point yet. Draper, despite not dropping a set, has actually battled a lot in his service games. To go through his last 2 full matches, he did get broken once in that second set against Monfils, but against Tsitsipas, he did have to fight off 7 break points. He failed twice, but he fought off 5 of them. And against Gaston, he faced 5 break points. So opponents have been getting into his service games And as a result, I do think Carreño Busta should have some opportunities to get some break point chances. And as a result, I do think Carreño Busta could potentially win a set 6-2 or 6-3. But with Carreño Busta serving and with his consistent ground strokes and his overall experience against Draper, who is still a youngster making a dream run, but based on what I've seen from these two players up to this point, I think Busta's a much better player, and I think he should probably win something along the lines of 6-3, 6-4. But 2.5 at -125 is definitely not going to stand. Shopping around, I found the same bet at -140 on BetMGM. So I see this line flying through the roof, probably closing at 3 or even 3.5 games, maybe at plus money. But the point is, I'm going to take the value with arguably the best player in this tournament from what I've seen. And as a result, I'm going to go with the favorites. Play that once again here for Friday, August 12th is going to be on Carreño Busta -2.5 games at -125 on Bet Online. Bye, everyone.